Tottenham's Vicario back under consideration at Juventus. Bournemouth stars Ryan, Alex Scott and Krupi Jr. are on the radar for some of Europe's top clubs. Brentford's Fabio Carvalho speaking on Sky Sports News, "I'm not fully recovered yet, but getting there." And Sky Sports News understand Fulham have been in advanced talks with Alvaro Arabola. Here are your daily Premier League news headlines. Hey everyone, hope you're well. Welcome back to the channel, another edition of the Daily Premier League News Headlines, where I'll be going through all the latest news, rumours and reports. My name is Lee The Dorset Spur, and if you're watching on YouTube, please like, comment and subscribe to the channel. If you're listening on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. So here we go, today's headlines. Tottenham's Vicario is back under consideration at Juventus in search of a new goalkeeper, according to Sky in Italy. Aston Villa's Emi Martinez had been their first choice, but progress has slowed in their pursuit of him. Juventus had not given up hope of signing Martinez, who is currently at the World Cup with Argentina, and are waiting to learn what Villa's asking price is. Sky in Italy are reporting that Vicario's name has gained traction at Juventus because of his lower wage demands. The Serie A club have made signing a goalkeeper a priority this summer. They wanted Alisson, but he is expected to stay at Liverpool. Bournemouth stars Ryan, Alex Scott and Krupi Jr. are on the radar of some of Europe's top clubs, but are all considered not for sale. Ryan has an 86.6 or €100 million release clause that kicks in next summer. However, Krupi, who is being monitored by Real Madrid, Barcelona, Paris Saint-Germain, Manchester City and Arsenal, does not. Scott is on the list at Manchester United, Liverpool and many other Premier League clubs, which Bournemouth are aware of. So they are in talks with him about extending his contract. As well as keeping these players, Bournemouth's focus is on signing a left-sided centre-back to replace Marcos Senesi, who joined Tottenham on a free transfer, as well as a new striker. Bournemouth are also reviewing their goalkeeping options, with current work going into signing Lazio's Christos Mandas permanently following his loan. Then there is a situation around right back Alex Jimenez after his suspension by the club. It remains to be seen whether he has a long-term future on the south coast. Brentford's Fabio Carvalho speaking on Sky Sports News, "I'm not fully recovered yet, but getting there. It's been a long journey. I'll probably miss the first 2 weeks of pre-season. Hopefully we go on our pre-season tour of Portugal. I'll be back. We have got each other through it. We've kind of become best friends." That's Carvalho and Anthony Milambo. Being able to be there for each other, help each other, push each other. We were very competitive, as most footballers are. It's been a blessing. It's going to be an amazing when I come back, because I've missed so much and seen the players go out onto the pitch, then come back in laughing, buzzing about something that happened in training. It's filled me with so much hunger to go out there and claim what's mine. It's going to feel even better when I score. Brighton have announced the signing of right back Costinha from Olympiacos. The defender has signed a 5-year deal at the club, and Sky Sports News understand the fee is £8 million. Brighton head coach said on the signing, "Costinha is a player we have followed closely for some time. He has the defensive capabilities, intensity and understanding of what we value, and we feel he will be an excellent addition to the squad. He is also comfortable in and out of position with the ball and will add competition at right back alongside our existing options. I'm delighted he has chosen to continue his development with us in the Premier League." Fulham Vice Chair and Director of Football Operations Tony Khan says there are currently 2 stand-up candidates who have had several meetings with the board to replace Marco Silva. Sky Sports News understand Fulham have been advancing in talks with Alvaro Arabala, who spent the second half of last season in charge of Real Madrid. But in an interview with club media, Khan has suggested there is no front runner for the job at this stage. We've had several conversations that have been good, but there have been two candidates that have met the board several times, said Khan. We are open to move conversations and talking to more people, and we're working on that process right now. On Silva's departure, he added, obviously it's important to look at the next step and what we have to bring in as the new head coach. It's something we've been actively working on, and we've been actively tackling and working to bring someone in. The expectation here for a while was that Marco was going to stay. It's been less than 2 weeks now, and we found out Marco changed his mind and really had indicated he wanted to stay and was planning to. But we obviously understand why. So my thoughts on some of these stories, well, Vicario being back in the conversation for Juventus is a really interesting one. They started off with Alisson and then went to Martinez, and now they're looking at Vicario. I wouldn't have thought any of those were all on par with each other. I think Alisson is obviously a top goalkeeper. Personally, I really like Emi Martinez, but I don't think Vicario is on that level, to be honest with you. So I'm quite surprised that he's been linked with Juventus. That all the talk has been for AC Milan. So I guess we'll just have to see. But I do feel it's likely that Vicario is going to move on in the summer back to Italy. That's what's been implied for sure. The other one that really kind of struck me as I was kind of looking through some of this is the impact on Bournemouth. Bournemouth had a really exceptional season last season, getting Europe for the very first time. And it just shows what a good job the manager did there, having moved on to Liverpool. And now there is a massive raid on all of their players. It's a real strange one. I think, you know, surely Bournemouth would want to try to keep some of these players together as a group. So I'd be surprised if they lost all of these players, unless they really need the money to try to rebuild and refocus what we have in Europe next season. You know, 2 matches a week and all that sort of stuff. It is a big ask, especially for such a small club. I know they are improving their stadium as well to reach the right sort of capacities for European right sort of standards and stuff. So, yeah, it's really interesting to see what's going to happen at Bournemouth, to be fair, because it is my local club, and I do have a little bit of a soft spot for them. So I'd be surprised if they lose a lot of players, but they've done so well. So when you do really well like that, and you are one of the smaller clubs, then it's obvious the bigger clubs are going to come knocking. As a Tottenham fan, we know that's happened to us, you know, multiple times over the years with players. But you want to be the club that's knocking, as opposed to the one that's being knocked, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, we'll keep our eye on what happens at Bournemouth. I'd like to say that they would keep some of their players and really compete next season. It would be great for the locals here to experience European football away days, which are always the best in my view. So anyway, listen, that's it for today. So thanks for watching and listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching on YouTube, please like, comment and subscribe to the channel. If you're listening on audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. I'm Lee The Dorset Spur. Please do pop over to my channel and say hi. I'd love to have you over there. I'll see you on the next one, and as always, up the Spurs.